Good evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. Today is Tuesday, April 21st, 2020. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's News Leader, we will be bringing you video from interim Tullahoma City School Administrator Scott Hargrove. Lanham Library has options for citizens while their doors are closed. And we'll hear from Governor Bill Lee's press conference yesterday. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
You made the time and the sacrifice to broaden their horizons, to see their smiles, but mostly to make lifelong memories. We think it's time to do it again, just the two of you. Don't let illness or injury slow you down. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
My great-grandfather started it in 1900, and now it's 2020, which is 120 years. We still measure your feet, still try to help you find a good fit. We're just a good old-fashioned shoe store where we'll measure your feet, make sure you're in the right size, and help you find a comfortable shoe for men, women, and children.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. Yesterday, Governor Bill Lee addressed citizens about this past weekend's pop-up COVID-19 testing and where people can go to any day of the week for free testing.
Over the weekend, our Unified Command Group popped up 19 drive-through testing facilities across the state. We conducted more than 11,200 free tests for Tennesseans, many of which did not have traditional COVID-19 symptoms. This surge of tests accounts for the largest number of tests conducted in our state over a 2-day period. In total, we've conducted over 100,000 tests statewide so far in Tennessee. I want to thank the local health departments that were so important and continue to be so important. Our EMS agencies across the state, our first responders, law enforcement that were a part of working with the National Guard, and I especially want to thank the National Guard for their efforts in expanding testing to Tennesseans who have now been challenged with the idea that when they're in doubt, they should get a test. I was actually at one of those testing facilities this weekend, and it was inspiring to watch. There were long lines and lots of folks that responded. We had an overwhelming response to our efforts to provide testing to people all over the state. And I watched law enforcement locally, local officials working with our health department and our National Guard to make sure that people got tested. And as said before, it was quite an experiment in expanded testing, but it worked well. And we tested thousands of people all over Tennessee. And we didn't turn away anyone, but it's important to remind everyone that we don't want to turn away anyone from tests. If you believe that you need a test, we want you to get one. And what's important to remember is while these weekend testing surge capacity pop-up facilities are available on Saturdays and Sundays in different locations, and you can check the website to find out where those are located, that same free testing is available in our public health departments 5 days a week in every rural county in Tennessee. So you don't have to wait until the weekend. If you can actually get a test during the week, we urge you to go to your local health department and get that testing as well.
Governor Bill Lee also spoke about current COVID-19 numbers and congratulated Tennesseans for staying home.
Today in our state, we have 7,238 confirmed cases in Tennessee. We have lost 152 Tennesseans to COVID. and 3,575 have recovered in our state. That's a 2.3% increase in the number of confirmed cases over yesterday, which is our lowest day-over-day percent increase to date. Now, we know this battle will continue until we have a treatment or until there's a widely available vaccine, but for the time being, we continue to flatten the curve in Tennessee. From one end of our state to the other, Tennesseans have done what we've asked them to do. And we're seeing their hard work and their dedication to each other pay off. And we thank you for all that each one of you individually has done. As we've challenged you to do so over these weeks, you have done just that, and it has paid off. For 17 consecutive days in Tennessee, we have seen only single-digit percentage increases in the number of cases in our state. Our hospitalization rate has consistently remained lower than national averages. And as of today, the number of recovered patients exceeds the number of active cases. This trajectory of symptoms and cases and hospitalizations shows a very encouraging sign. It's a very encouraging slow to the movement of the virus across our state.
And lastly, Governor Lee announced that he won't extend the stay-at-home order past April 30th.
I will not extend the safer at home order past April 30th. And moreover, we are working around the clock to be certain that some businesses will be able to open as soon as Monday, April the 27th. We will be outlining the measures and those particular businesses in the next couple of days. And it's our firm intent that by May 1st, the end of next week, the vast majority of closed businesses in 89 Tennessee counties will be allowed to reopen. These businesses will open according to specific guidelines and guidance that we'll provide in accordance with state and national experts in both business and in medicine. I mentioned opening up in 89 counties because those are the counties where the state has health departments. Each of these counties will be covered under our forthcoming guidance, and we'll be communicating with them directly about our plans to reopen the economy. For the businesses in our remaining counties, the 6 Tennessee counties with their own health departments, we'll continue to work with them as they develop their own plans to reopen. These counties are Shelby, Madison, Davidson, Hamilton, Knox, and Sullivan, and we want to be supportive and cooperative in working with them to develop their own plans. I'm not extending the order past the end of April, but we're working directly with our major metropolitan areas to ensure that they are in a position to safely reopen as soon and as safely as possible as well.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Ah, the glory days. Running to daylight on the gridiron and chasing a ball with a mind of its own. Cheering the team to victory and marching to the beat of your own drum. Memories that last a lifetime. But sometimes we're reminded of our glory days in ways we'd rather forget. Get back in the game. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live and play well.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's going to be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor, too, when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
He's a little bit of you, he's a little bit of me. He's the trash along the roadside of Tennessee. He's the garbage that we find. He's the dream we left behind. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. A throwaway bottle or pop-top can may not seem much to a traveling man, but a little bit of litter goes a long, long way. And I grow and get bigger every day. Tennessee trash messing up the highways. Tennessee trash junking up the byways. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash.
We have met the enemy, and and He is us.
Welcome back. Tullahoma City Schools announced on April 16th they will follow the recommendation of Tennessee Governor Bill Lee and close their buildings for the remainder of the 2019-2020 school year. Distance learning opportunities for elementary, middle, and high school students will continue to be provided through May 15th. The TCS nutrition team will continue to provide meal pickups through May 22nd. Other services that have been provided during the closure will continue through May 15th. They also announced Tullahoma High School's graduation is planned for May 15th at the Montana Drive-In. School officials plan to celebrate the class of 2020 in a way they will never forget. At last night's Tullahoma School Board meeting, Scott Hargrove discussed how the end of the school year will play out for students.
As far as distance learning, the continuation of that, we are continuing producing learning bundles for our students. Our schools and our tech team are finalizing the plans for retrieving devices here in the next few weeks as school wraps up. We'll also be returning school items left at school on May 8th. Our principals will be reaching out to the parent for end of year and housekeeping information. Our food nutrition team will continue to feed our students on the current schedule that they're running through May 22nd. And then after that, they will begin a summer feeding plan that will come. Chairman and board, last week Governor Lee recommended schools remain closed through the rest of the school year. And to be quite frank about it, I'm not disagreeing with his decision. When he rendered the decision, it was kind of a kick in the gut for me. Saddened my heart. I understand. I am saddened deeply for our students. I'm saddened for our parents. I'm saddened for our teachers. I'm saddened for our athletes, our coaches, and our administrators. But I'm especially saddened for our seniors. The lessons that I've learned or am learning out of this: don't take things for granted. We miss our folks, and hopefully they miss some of us, and I miss seeing some of y'all. Tough times don't last, and tough people do. Please pray for that we continue to be resilient and encouraged, because there are brighter days ahead, and especially for the class of 2020, and that goes for the rest of us. Just pray for it. It's kind of tough. It hurt me a little bit when I started thinking about, hey, that not returning to normal. And what our kids are missing, and we miss them as well.
We'll be right back with more News Leader on 6.
My wife Jackie has always been the life of the party, but things changed when she couldn't be as active anymore.
They told me I needed a double knee replacement.
It's not as big a deal as it used to be, but she still needed to go to rehab.
I was amazed at how good the therapists were at Life Care. They took really good care of me.
They took excellent care of her. And now she's back doing the things she loves, and that makes everyone happy.
Life Care Center of Tullahoma wants you to get active and live well.
Here at Stan McNabb Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tullahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNabb, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNabb Collision Center.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community, because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. News Leader's Philip Scoggins spoke with Assistant Library Director Leslie Warren about how Lanham Memorial Library is functioning during the shelter-in-place order and about their future plans.
Okay, so I'm speaking today with Leslie Warren, Assistant Director at the Lanham Public Library in Tullahoma. Hey, so what's going on at the library during the COVID-19 lockdown here?
Well, we are closed to the public right now, and we do have staff that is there, very minimal staff for their safety, of course. But we have taken this time to deeply clean and sanitize. We have around 70,000 items. So we've been taking that time also while we're cleaning to do inventory. So we're almost done with inventory. It's taken this whole time.
Okay.
But yep, that's what we've been doing right now. Of course, we're answering the phones. So if you call and you just press 0, you'll be able to get us. If you need help with your Libby or Reads app, or if people don't have access to internet and they need a phone number or something, we can still help you.
Okay. Could you tell us a little bit about your online sources where you can get books on tape, or you can get them on your device too to read, right?
Yes, actually, right now, the Libby app is what is the actual app, and it's ran by Overdrive, and you do not need a library card right now to access that. And Libby and Overdrive, it's through the Tennessee Reads program, and you can look those up and Google those. And like I said, they've released having a library card right now. They have access to audiobooks, ebooks, magazines, and they have different genres, so that if say that your child's wanting to read an ebook that they can't really read, they'd rather have it read to them, there are some read-along books on there as well. They also have a special font that is for people with dyslexia that have a hard time reading. There's a special font that you can change on that.
Okay, well, that's great. So what's your plan? Like, you should be gearing up for a big summer reading program right now. What are y'all trying to do to plan for that if everybody's still at home?
Well, the good news is summer reading is still going on. We are still going to have summer reading. Of course, there will be some changes. We are definitely working with all that. It's going to be a lot of virtual, a lot of sending materials out to people, because we are not looking at having large groups in the library during the summer. Our book club and writers groups are still meeting right now, but they are doing it via Zoom. So they are still meeting. So we're very much exploring the technology to have even our performers do virtual performances on Wednesdays and going live with crafts and things like that. Okay. So yeah, summer reading is still a go. We're definitely working on that, and we are getting a plan together.
Where can people go to find your online or your activities where you're going live with those events?
Right now, everything is going to be on our Facebook page. So you can look up Coffee County Lanham Memorial Library Facebook page. And even Miss Ashley, our children's librarian, she's got all of her story times recorded. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we still have our scheduled story times. You just get to watch her. And she comments with some activities that go along with the books. We've had wonderful participation in that, because even some of our Storytime kids have sent pictures of the Storytime activities. So that is where you will find everything. We also hope to work with our tech guy about getting some information up on our website when we're all able to get back together.
What happens about if somebody realizes that while they're cleaning, sitting around bored right now, that they have a stack of library books? Can they still return those, or would you rather wait until things calm down?
You can still return those. Our book drop is still open, and that way it gives us a chance to sanitize them and clean them real good, and we can get them inventoried. This is also giving us a chance to repair books, repair DVDs while everybody's bringing them in and we're going through everything.
Okay. Do y'all offer any kind of video services or virtual video rentals? I've heard about some libraries doing that. I didn't know.
Unfortunately, we do not.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for talking to me today. I know that a lot of people wouldn't sit around and go to the library, and right now y'all have to have the doors locked like just about everybody else does. So.
We do, and we miss all of our patrons we miss everybody. We miss seeing everybody, but we're hoping that to at least explore a soft opening come May 1st. We're exploring the idea of doing a no contact pickup service. So as soon as we get things ready for that to where it's safe for our staff and our patrons, we hope to launch that.
Okay. All right. Well, great. Thanks for talking to me today, Leslie. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
More News Leader on 6 is coming up after these messages.
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
I'm Philip Bourne, Stanley McNabb Detail Shop Manager. Here are a few things our customers have to say about our service.
What I love most about the Stanley McNabb Detail Shop is there's someone local that I can trust to pick up my car, have it cleaned, and deliver it back to me in showroom condition.
What really amazed me is when he opened the hood and looked like he had taken the old engine out and put a new engine inside.
We have several different packages and individual services to get your vehicle looking like new again. We're located just behind Stanley McNabb Chevrolet dealership. Call today, schedule an appointment, and see what the difference our detail can make.
Since the moment you were born, I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future in a world that's changing fast. Do play and laugh. Do win and lose. Do it all with confidence, kindness, and strength. And always do your best to remember that no matter what you do in this life, what matters to me is that you keep doing.
Welcome back. Fran Gray stopped by to speak to us about how to take care of yourself and others during these trying times.
If you and your loved one like to go for walks, we encourage you to do that in a safe place like your yard, perhaps on your street, as long as you keep a 6-foot distance from any of your neighbors who might be out walking as well. So exercise is very keenly important. Having good meals, plenty of good nutrition will help tremendously. And while this time is quieter than usual, you might like to reminisce and talk with your loved one about stories from their childhood, their growing up, things about spring, maybe about Easter. I remember my parents talking about how people cared for one another during World War II and during the Great Depression. And if there was ever a time close to that, excuse me, I would say this is it. So you might ask your loved ones, your older relatives, questions about how things were during those periods of our history and compare them with what's going on today. So we now have more opportunities to do that. We have time to be creative. If you and your loved ones enjoy painting or working puzzles or singing, playing some kind of music, dancing, this is another good way to spend your days by being physically and mentally active. So please continue to maintain those things while you're getting good rest and hopefully some time apart from your loved ones so you can refresh yourself and be able to maintain your health and your mental health and emotional health too while you're caring for your loved one. If you have any questions of us, please don't hesitate to call that 800 ALTS-GATE or any of our regional offices. We have offices across the state of Tennessee, and we look forward to talking with you and giving you helpful information and support during this time of greater even isolation. Please don't hesitate to call. Thank you.
Thanks, Fran, for being here with us today and sharing that information. And for you folks out there who have friends who are going through a situation involving Alzheimer's, you know, think about the caregiver and reach out to them and give them a call and see if there's anything you as a good neighbor or a good friend or a good family member can do to help that person in their goal to taking care of a person who has Alzheimer's or dementia. So just pick up the phone, give somebody a call. Thanks, dear.
Thank you.
And don't forget to tune in to this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Becky Buller, who performs for us from home, and we'll hear from the new director of the Highway 55 United Way about ways they are helping the community. All that and more on this week's Living. And stay with us, we'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 1946 at 87 degrees. The record low was in 1983 at 28 degrees. The average high for this day is 73, and the average low is 50. Clear for tonight's weather with a low of 41. Mostly cloudy for Wednesday with a high of 58 and a low of 35. And Thursday, chance of storms with a high of 67 and a low of 51. And that's our newsletter report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. Stay safe and have a great evening.